Hey, what's going on guys? Mcskillet here, and today we have another CSGO video going to be taking a look at some really insane case hardened skins, and pretty much all the messages I've been getting for the past 2 days on YouTube and Twitter have been basically about the two crazy blue gem skins that two YouTubers got in trade-ups, and those YouTubers are Anomaly and Trillux. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably aware of what actually happened in these trade-ups, and I don't know how two trade-ups where people got these insane skins happen in such a short period of time, but some of the best case hardened skins of all time happened to be crafted in trade-ups this week. And since so many of you guys wanted me to do a video on this, I thought I would do a video going over the patterns and going over how rare they are, going over the odds that they had to get these in a trade-up, and how much each one of these skins could potentially sell for based on how much some similar skins have sold for. So I guess we will start with Anomaly's AK. I don't know if he's uploaded his video yet, but he will definitely be making a video on this because this is probably the best thing that someone's gotten in a trade-up that's been recorded. This is basically more expensive than any Dragon Lore or anything. And I was going to say that Souvenir Op Dragon Lore Factory New unboxing on YouTube was a more valuable skin than this one, but after a bit more of consideration and checking the price and stuff, I actually think that the skin that Anomaly has is worth more than that Souvenir Op Dragon Lore. So congrats Anomaly, you have officially have the video for the most expensive skin crafted or unboxed on YouTube, and I don't really think anyone's going to be beating this soon unless someone gets a factory new Dragon Lore with an offer signature from a souvenir package. But either way, let's get into the odds of getting this in a trade-up. So I kind of did another video on this. It's basically the same. The only difference here is this is a StatTrak one, and StatTrak skins are 10 times rarer than normal skins, and they sell for a lot more. But basically, the chances of doing this trade-up and getting an AK case hardened with this pattern is 1 in 1,998, and the way I got that number is there is a 50-50 chance of you getting the AK case hardened, because you can also get the Desert Eagle Hypnotic, so 1 in 2 chance for that, and then there's a 1 in 999 chance of getting the Scar pattern or the number 1 pattern. Those are the two little nicknames for it. I believe most people would consider this to be the number 1 pattern. I believe there's one more AK that has a little more blue overall in it, but this AK has the cleanest top by far, and pretty much any collector would pay way more for this pattern than any other pattern. So the chances of getting this pattern is 1 in 999, because there's 999 different pattern IDs for every skin in CSGO, and for the case hardened skins, they are completely different for each one. Actually, some of the 5.7 ones are basically identical, but on the AK case hardened, each one of those 999 pattern indexes are completely different. So once you take into consideration the 1 in 2 chance to get the case hardened, then the 1 in 999 chance to get the case hardened with the number 1 blue pattern, it is the 1 in 1,998 chance. And in order to do this trade up around 2,000 times or 1,998 times, it would cost you $399,000. It may be a little bit high right now because I believe Anomaly's video got so many people's hopes up that it actually caused the market price of all the trade up food materials for this to go up in price a lot. But I know it looked pretty cool in Anomaly's video, and he's insanely lucky to get that. I would not recommend this trade up yourself. I personally spent over $1,500 doing case hardened trade ups and never got in anything close to a nice blue gem. I mean, I got one thing that was kind of like a blazed gem, but it wasn't even worth that much, so I do not recommend trying to do this. But it's pretty cool that Anomaly finally got a really nice case hardened trade up to work and got it on recording. Alright, so now for how much could it sell for? So this AK you see right here that has 4 Titan hollows is the same pattern, maybe a slightly better float, but it's also StatTrak and minimal wear, except this one has 4 Titan hollows on it. And this AK, my friend actually told me it has a $25,000 offer on it, and I know that seems really high. Apparently all these case hardened high tier skins, since there's so little of them and there's more collectors that want them than the amount of skins that exist, there's basically really high bids, and the prices for these like number 1 pattern case hardened stuff is super high right now, and it's probably just going to keep getting higher and higher, because these skins are not going to get any more common unless some other update or something crazy happens. But right now they're super rare, and there's actually a guy offering $25,000 to get this AK with the 4 Titan hollows. And if you take into consideration each one of those stickers is around $4,000, so without the stickers, maybe he'd be willing to pay like $20,000. I don't really know if it's the sticker plus the pattern combo that the guy just really wanted, but maybe Anomaly could try to put 4 Titan Hollows on his, then sell it to whoever offered this for $25,000. I might tell him about that. But that's pretty crazy how expensive this would be. I would say it's going to sell for at least $15,000 with all of the case hardened collectors out there right now. So that is for Anomaly's trade up. Alright, so now I'm going to be taking a look at Trilluxe's trade up. Now Trilluxe's trade up was for a StatTrak 5.7 case hardened, and he did go for a factory new one, which is what makes this so special. He went for a StatTrak factory new 5.7 case hardened. I've tried this many times and I haven't gotten anything close to as good as this, and this is actually probably the 4th best StatTrak Factory New 5.7 case hardened that's known to exist. There's around 10 patterns on CSGO Zone that are considered to be in the Tier 1. This isn't the best pattern, but it is one of the best patterns that is in the Tier 1 4.5.7 case hardens. And there is 2 of the StatTrak Factory New full blue ones, and there's one other StatTrak Factory New one that's probably a little bit bluer than this one, and then there's his right here. So it's basically the 4th best StatTrak Factory New 5.7 case hardened, and this is actually quite rare to get as well. Now, to get a 5.7 case hardened, the skins to trade up to it aren't as expensive as for the AK case hardened, but you only have a 1 in 4 chance when trading up. So there's only a 1 in 4 chance to get the 5.7 when you're doing the trade up in the first place. And then again, there's 999 different patterns. But you do have a little bit better of a chance to get something like this, because I mean, I'll just say 10 out of 999 because there's 10 tier 1s, and all the tier 1s are about even. Some are a little bit better than the others. This is actually one of the kind of worst tier 1s, so I guess I'll do 10 out of 999. So overall, it's a 1 in 400 chance, which is not as rare to get a specific AK case hardened pattern like the #1 pattern, but for this one, it's a little bit more common, I guess, because I am considering any pattern that's as good or better than this one, but still 1 in 400 chance when doing this trade up. That is super rare to get a really nice 5.7 like this, and he's really lucky that he used these StatTrak Factory New skins, because there's so little StatTrak Factory New 5.7 blue gems that I think at this rate this could maybe sell for over $2,000 just because of how much people are paying for this high tier case hardened stuff. I can't really give that accurate of a price for this item though, because there is so little items like this one right here. Again, this is the only one that even exists for this specific pattern, and I haven't really even seen this pattern too much. It's kind of cool. The blue is really clean near the back of the top, but at the top of it, there's kind of like a big white gap. I haven't seen this in game, not sure how it looks, or if anyone's seen Trilluxe's gameplay, but feel free to tell me if it looks nice or not, because some of these 5.7s look pretty nice, and you can barely see any of the like gold or white marks when you're holding it in game, and some of them are kind of the opposite, but either way, when I'm inspecting it, it still looks pretty cool. So this is probably like a $2,000 plus item again, and quite a rare case hardened skin to get in a trade up. Alright, I couldn't hold it in any longer, guys. I gotta do my own trade up after seeing all of these crazy successful case hardened trade ups, even though personally I've already failed like thousands of dollars worth of case hardened trade ups in my past videos, and I've only gotten one somewhat nice case hardened skin that wasn't even that nice, but here goes nothing. We're gonna try to get a factory new case hardened blue gem, which will probably not happen. Okay, we're gonna actually attempt to do this. These are all factory new, so if we get an AK case hardened, it should be factory new. I could do a StatTrak one, but the price for that is like, I think over 200 bucks just to do one trade up, so that's probably not worth it, and this probably isn't worth it either, because usually when I do this I get fucked, and I get the Desert Eagle Hypnotic, which I'm very likely and expecting to get right here, but with all the other YouTubers getting their nice case hardened shit, hopefully things will change for me, but I'm really just, I bet I'm gonna get a Hypnotic. That's what always happens when I do this trade up, like I'd say at least 60% of the time. Okay, case hardened. Alright, we got a mediocre case hardened. Not very nice at all, and I think you still lose money if you get a case hardened trade up on that, or a case hardened from the trade up on that, but yeah, pretty terrible, definitely market price on that. So that didn't go too well, but I hope you guys still liked the video, and I'm Mcskillet, and I'm out.